Good afternoon, Stan. It's a pleasure seeing you again.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Uh,
Since the last time we spoke, how have things been?
uh, they've been okay. I I can't say they've been great. Uh, but you know, I'm on my way. I know it's not going to be a perfect and smooth ride. Uh, but I'm trying my best, and well, I'm just trying to get better. You know, so I feel like I should just start by saying uh, the last time we spoke, it had been a couple weeks since I last used, and I have used since we last spoke, and I feel really guilty about it. Uh, and that's why it hasn't really been great for me. It's feeling like I don't know if it's getting better or worse. Uh, because it's less often that I'm using it, but I feel a lot more guilty when I do. So I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
So when was the last time that you used?
Last Friday, the last Friday, a couple buddies from work, we got together. It was a good friend of mine's going away party. He got another job, so we all just kind of went to go get a drink and just send him off, and just being in that space, I didn't like it, and it brought me back to that place that I don't want to be in. And every moment that I have by myself, it's a battle. I want to run out the door and go pick up, and just being even next to one person, let alone a group of people, it makes it 10 times harder. And being in that space and being with those people, like, I'm starting to realize that they're not really my friends, because no one really cares or is trying to support me. And I've told a couple people at work that I'm trying to get clean, and that's like they didn't even hear me.
How's your relationship with your partner?
It's she's supporting me, but it's still really hard. Still really hard. I don't treat her the way I think I should, and I get really angry with her. And in the moment, like I feel like I'm totally justified, because I don't know if she needs to go to like some type of education or something, but she kind of demeans me. She kind of undermines what I feel, and she's kind of just like I know she's trying to help me, and she's coming from a good place, but it's like she's trying to like show me tough love and trying to be kind of hard on me. And I don't feel like I need that, and I try to explain that, and I try to do it calmly, and it turns into an argument, and then it goes from 0 to 100 so fast that I don't even like, it's just like a blur. I don't even like, I'll stand up and I feel myself louder, and I don't remember getting there, and I don't know why. Like, why is it so quick? Why am I getting so mad so fast? Like, it's so fast now.
Yeah.
So
do you find that you get very upset right after you use, or in a period where you just used, and then that's why?
To be honest, as of lately, after I use, I feel okay. I feel good.
Okay.
But it's like after a couple of days, I feel my temper build. I feel my patience gets very short after a couple of days, and the longer it goes, like I just like, man, like forget about it. If I'm in traffic, forget about it. If someone is getting in my face at work, I'm like, man, I'm really short. I have to just leave sometimes and take a break, because I'm like, man, I'm really ready to blow up on somebody right now. Like I'm getting really short in patience, and like I don't know if like breathing exercises. I've been like trying to ask people how to calm down, and like I don't, like I'm trying, but
okay,
it's getting tough.
So the last time you used, you said, was on Friday. It is now Tuesday, so it's been 5 days since you last used.
Ugh.
Other people in your situation or in your state may have had more difficulty, I believe, with this urgency or with this problem, right? But you managed to survive 5 days. So you're here today, You haven't used in 5 whole days. How did you manage to go those days without using? What have you been doing?
This is one of the things is at the suggestion of my girlfriend. She said, "Hey, like you can't pick up if you don't have money. Like you should let me handle your affairs, your debit card." So I made sure at the beginning of the week, this week, on Sunday, I filled my gas and just bought everything I needed for the house, and then I just gave her my entire wallet except for my ID, of course.
Okay.
But I mean, I couldn't pick up if I wanted to at this point, so that must be helping. As far as me literally not using, but the need is like, man, I'm getting really itchy, you know.
Okay.
Like,
Okay. And it's affected your mood.
yes,
Okay.
to say the least.
So it sounds to me like your girlfriend has been your greatest support throughout this process.
Right.
Okay. At your most anxious, how would you rate on a scale of 1 to 10 the intensity of your urges?
I would say, like, I'll give it a strong 8.
Okay.
Like I'm not ready to kill somebody or anything like that, and I'm not ready to do anything drastic. But if I had it my way, it would be different right now. So
Okay.
and again, like I'm here. You see me here. I'm taking steps. I'm trying. I want to get better, but there's just something in me that is just trying to choke me out and make me head out the door right now. Like
Okay.
there's just that. It's like 2 people talking like in my ears right now, you know.
Wow, and it being that you say that you are falling at an 8 and you're still managing to keep sober, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
A lot of people probably wouldn't be in that same situation. They probably would have already used.
Yeah, it's hoping that I can't, even if it could be at a 10 and it wouldn't matter at this point. Like I feel like I'm in a box. Like
Okay.
like I'm literally like it feels like I'm in a mental cage. Like I can't even do anything to help with the cravings. Like I can't even, like, not that I should drink, but if I wanted to instead or something, I can't do anything. So I don't know if this is gonna help because I need something to like at least take my mind off.
Is it like this at an 8? How you're describing it? Is it like this 24/7 all the time?
Yes,
Okay.
all the time.
Is there ever a moment where it's slightly lower?
It's like any free moment that I have is occupied with the thought of me using.
So what about moments when you're occupied? Is it slightly less?
Yeah, I could say that. Yeah,
Okay.
slightly.
At its lowest, what would you say the intensity of the urge is?
At its lowest, I would say like a 4 or 5.
Okay.
Like a 4 or
So
5.
sometimes it could be a 4 or a 5.
Yeah, it like I said, like, when it's like Saturday, I felt okay. I felt normal, like fine.
Okay.
Like I was in like the 5 range for the most part. Like I could definitely like get out,
Okay.
but I was okay. I wasn't irritable. I could talk to my girl, to my family. I felt okay.
Okay.
But like it's Tuesday now. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Like I don't even know how I'm gonna feel tomorrow, and that's like it takes 2 days. Like
So it also sounds like on the weekends when you're with your family and you're away from your coworkers, that's when the intensity is lowest.
Yeah.
It arose Monday, Tuesday. Now you say you're at an 8. It just so happens to also be you going back to work.
Yeah.
Okay. So what tells you that this is a problem? What to you makes this a problem? These urges, this intensity of being an 8.
It's just it's okay. At this point, I'll live. I won't be happy ever if I stay like this, ever, because just every thought was just me wanting something I will never have, right? But like I said, like I don't know. Like I feel like every time I wake up, it's like I'm a different person that day, right?
Okay.
So who am I gonna wake up to and be tomorrow? I don't
Okay.
want to wake up tomorrow and be a 10 and do
Okay.
something drastic.
Okay.
And I don't know if I'm going to get to that point, and I'm scared of that because I've never gotten to that point, but I could always stop. I can always take a break. I could take a week, I could take 2 weeks, and honestly, like, as long as I knew that I would come back, I could deal with it, and just, it would be torture, but I could deal with it. So, but quitting and saying you're never going to do this again, that seems like a way bigger challenge, and something that I like, man, it's gonna be rough. Like, it's rough for me, and just that, even that thought is like just shooting my nerves. Like, I'm going crazy just thinking about it, and that's why this is so hard.
Okay. All right. So, what at the end of this therapy should be achieved in order to say that this worked? So, what would your life look like after we're done with these sessions that tells you like this was successful and these interventions actually helped? What would that look like?
That would be like I could, like, okay, like on Friday, right? I could be in that situation, and even if I wanted to use, I could at least say no. If I can at least say no and walk away, I'll be happy, and that's the whole point for me here. Like, I need to be able to say no.
So in order for this to be successful, you want to be able to satisfy that and say no.
And say no, and even in the situation of it being there, because I know it may have, maybe I have to switch jobs or get out of there for a while or something, but like I can't like I don't see it plausible and possible for me to just totally be like in the mountains forever or just completely away from it physically. Like, it's gonna be in reach, and that's why I need to be able to say no even within reach.
Okay.
So that is my goal, is to be able to say no, and not just like, it's not just kicking it, it's kicking it and staying off, because I've kicked it before, but I can't stay off. It's always temporary. So I need it to be permanent.
Okay. Aside from the ability to say no, can you envision for me what your life would look like if you no longer had this addiction?
I would imagine, I mean, I would have more money, because, I mean, you know, that would be good. Not that it matters that much, but, you know, I'm not like, you know, homeless.
Okay.
But, you know, this is starting to become a, you know, something of significance. I would be happier with my girl.
Okay.
You know, she doesn't use it all, and she's
That's
always
good.
been there for me, and she deserves someone who can be there 100%. You know, I
Yeah.
feel like I'm there in half, and
Okay.
she doesn't deserve that, and I feel bad about that.
So when you use, you're there for about, what, 50% of the time?
I'm sorry, what?
When you're using, you would say that you're not there for your girlfriend as much as you like, so would you say that you're there for her about half of the time and you want to eventually be there for her 100%?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier that there are times where it's down to a 5.
Yeah.
Your urgency. When that happens, when the problem is less severe, is there a pattern? Is there a certain time when that typically happens? When does that happen? Other than this last Saturday, when does it usually happen?
Like it's like when my mind is occupied, like when I'm in sales, real high volume stuff, you know, like I'm on the phone all the time, so like when I'm rocking with the sale, when I'm on the phone with a client, like I'm in my zone. I'm like, my mind is on that. I'm trying to make that money. I'm trying to cash that check, you know, like that's where my mind is at that point.
Okay.
So I mean, like, basically, like if I don't have something in front of me that requires my full attention, then that whatever percent that is not on that, whatever's in front of me is like, man, like there's something, that little just whisper in my ear, like, hey, like, you know, are you gonna be able to get out of this? Like, can you run to Mac real quick? Mac, you know, that's my guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if it's like, if I'm not working, or if I'm not like surrounded by my family, where it's like I cannot do it, or like if my girl is not like, you know, like have my keys in my wallet, like then
So
No.
would you say that there's ever times where it's a 0?
no.
No?
No.
What's the lowest you said? Was it 4?
Like a 4.
Okay.
Like yeah.
So dropping it down essentially 4 on the scale, that's success to a certain extent. How can you extend that success? So how do you think in ways we can make that 4 last a little bit longer?
I don't know. I mean, I can just do all those things more, work
Okay.
more. I don't know.
So distract yourself?
Yeah, like, well, that's the thing is like, like I said, like, if I'm not fully like, if I'm not doing something that requires all of my attention, then like I'm gonna be a little like I'm distracted. It's like it's like if it's not 100% of my attention, it's only gonna get half because like I'm already thinking about what I'm gonna do after this. You know what I mean?
Okay. When you do notice that your urge is significantly less, what do you notice that's different between you and your significant other? How is your relationship different?
But my urges are
When your urge is down to a
less.
4, yeah.
Like how are we?
Yeah, what's different in your house?
Like when my urges are really high and I'm at home and she's there, like I'll like when it's at its worst, I talk about it and I try to like I feel like talking is therapeutic, you know, like getting it off your chest, like, you know, hey, like I really like, you know, can you help me like can you distract me at least, like, or talk me through it or talk me down or something, you know, like you know, and that's when we fight. And because I'm telling you, like, she needs some type of like, she needs to go to a class or a session or be here or something to understand, or like you can help her, like maybe her phrasing can be different, because like sometimes she pisses me off, and it's like then then like instead of helping, it gets worse, and that's what I mean. Like sometimes it gets worse.
Okay.
So when things are okay though, you know, I'm here, I'm present, I'm not like thinking about other things. We're not just like, it's not silent in the home. Like I put music, we can joke at least, like, you know, we can talk like normal, you know. And we can watch a movie, and even like well, to be fair, like when I do watch a movie, I'm not really thinking about the movie anyway, but like at least it's something, you know, like, so it's okay, not the best, because, you know, she knows that what I'm going through, and like I said, like she thinks that this like tough love type of thing helps, and it's not helping me.
Have you communicated with her that
Oh,
it's
many
not helping?
times, many times,
Okay.
yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, you know, I'm like, you know, like just tough it out, and like you got this. Like I don't know if she's trying to be motivational, but it just like it doesn't help me. Like,
Okay.
like I'm sorry if I need like something very specific, but like I don't need like the general like motivational poster speeches stuff. Like that doesn't work. Like, you know.
So what does she do that's right?
Like she'll talk about her day and she'll ask me opinions, and like she'll like keep me actively talking. She like lets me talk, but not about myself, because if I talk about myself, it always leads back to my problems, you know.
Okay.
Like I always end up steering the conversation there if I talk about myself. So she'll ask me her opinions on like things that happen at work or with her friends, or like she asked me opinions about her life.
Okay.
And that helps me, because it's just like I don't have to think about me. I don't have to think about what I want. I don't have to think about what I've been through and everything that triggers me in the first place.
Okay.
You know, like I don't want to think about that stuff, because I don't want to get to that place again. And that's what I'm trying to tell her. Like, let's talk about other things when we talk. And I need that. And I'm very like, I'm sorry again.
Okay.
If I'm sorry. I tell her all the time, I'm sorry if I'm like really needy, but I'm trying to get better, and I'm trying to get better for us. And like, man, like it's like a disconnect sometimes.
Okay, well, I think that we should try to have more of that. So maybe we can try to keep doing that. to see if we can get the intensity of your urges to be a little bit more stable and retain at a 4. I think what you're doing is great. Like I said before, other people may have stood at an 8. But do you think that this 4 that you speak of, your lowest point, do you think that's a small sign that things are getting better?
I don't know. Like, cause like I said, like.
So what would be the first sign that things are getting better?
I wanna go. Can I go like an hour without thinking about it?
Mm-hmm.
That is like my first. Can I? If I see that, then I'm gonna feel like this is working.
Okay.
If I can have 1 hour free of this thing on my back and on my mind, like
Okay.
1 hour, that's it. I'm not even talking a day, but I just want it out of my head. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, and that's why the talking helps me, because it's like for that minute or two, it's out of my head. It's like I'm not thinking about it, and it's not. It's like a problem that doesn't exist to me when I'm not thinking about it. You know. So I want 1 hour of just bliss, of peace.
Okay.
And I don't know how to get there.
So what needs to happen for you to move forward towards your goal?
Like,
would you need her to talk a little bit more about her day?
I don't know. I don't know, like, how to move forward, like the next step. Like, I feel like I need to cut those guys out, and I just can't do the bar right now. I can't say goodbye or for no reason whatsoever. Like, I need to remove myself from that situation because I'm not ready for that. And I think I can address that because, like I said, like after Friday, it felt so good, and then it felt so bad. Like I've never felt this guilty, especially because I'm like, this is like the first time I really took it serious, and I'm like, no, I want to kick this thing, you know. So I'm everybody in my family and her and you know, like I knew it was gonna be rough, but like I think even this guilt is a good thing, you know. Like at least I feel guilty.
I agree.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that's a step or not, but I know I need to remove myself from the people that, you know, make me want to do it, and that should be obvious. But like it's hard. I work with them. They're my coworkers, and you know, I have a relationship with these guys, so it's hard to just be like, can't talk to you anymore. Sorry, you know, like.
Right.
Like, so like I said, like I don't know if I need to like move or transfer or get another job or something. Like that might be just something I have to do or think about. I don't know.
Okay. So before you started the first session, before we first met, you were brought in here because you had a very, very, you were brought in here by your parole officer.
Yeah.
Because you had a rough time with your addiction. When that happened, on a scale of 1 to 10, how intense was this problem?
I was ready to cut people out.
So would you say it was a 10? I mean, it was a breaking point before coming to therapy.
Yeah, I was, you know, I got a DUI, and at that point I didn't care. So yeah, I would say it was a 10 because I was not caring for myself.
Okay.
Like I didn't even care about myself.
Okay.
So yeah, I think it was a 10.
So if we started out before at a 10 and we're getting now to the point where an 8 is common, and that's probably the highest these urges come into, would you say that that's a little bit of progress?
For now, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I could say that.
So it's a small step forward, right?
I'm better than that day. I'm better today than I was that day. So yeah, I could say that.
Okay.
I could say that.
So you're doing a good job of progressing. Maybe it's not as fast as you'd like it to be, but it looks like we're taking steps forward in the right direction. We eventually want to get you down to a 0, right?
Yeah.
We want you to have an hour without
2.
thinking about this addiction.
Yeah.
When you move from an 8, right? Let's say you're at an 8 and you move from an 8 to a 4. Does your significant other notice? Can she tell the difference?
Yeah, I'm real fidgety, and she knows when I'm fidgeting that I want to use. So, yeah, and again, like, I, I don't know what it is, but like, I want to. She is a big inspiration for me, and I want her to be a part of my recovery, you know, and I'm thankful for all the support that she gives me, and I'm sorry, but I have to ask her for more, because like I said, like, she helps me a lot, but again, at another point in time, she'll set me off and want me, like, she'll make me want to use even worse, you know. So like I appreciate when she tries to help me when I'm fidgety, when I'm like getting 6, 7, 8, when I'm getting there, she tries to help me, and I know I can't like just rely on her to just help me every time, you know.
Okay.
But like when she does try, I wish like she could like hear what I'm saying, and like, you know, like I don't want you to push me. Don't push me, you know?
Okay.
So
So aside from her, because she's definitely a great resource, aside from her, what other resources have helped you cope with these behaviors or helped you get down to a 4?
my brother, me and my brother have been talking more.
Okay.
I feel like I'm bothering him, but you know, like we're family, so sorry. But
Okay.
like I'm just trying to occupy my time. That's the only thing that's been working for me. Is like just let's just talk, or let's go do something. Let's go, you know, like let's go do something, or you know, like I just need to get my mind off of it. So I call him all the time, you know, like just hey, what's going on? And even if it's just 5 minutes, like it's 5 minutes, you know, like I'll take 5 minutes. And I'm talking to my mom a lot, talking to my dad a lot. Like I just talk to my family a lot. I'm just bugging everybody and talking all the time. I'm like full throttle, like just trying to keep my mind occupied on anything other than that. Like that's all I got right now. That's like and the, you know, giving my wallet away.
Okay, so it looks like you're taking really good steps forward. So you're giving your wallet away to your partner. She's helping you with the expenses, which has helped you. Would you say that's something that's helped you also get down to a 4 as well, not being able to spend on the money, right? On your addiction.
It stresses me out.
Yeah.
You know.
But would you be more stressed out if you did
Well, of
spend
course.
the money on the addiction?
Well, of course. Like if I had it, like, you know, I'm not getting
Okay.
better.
So then you're better off with the way that you're coping by giving her your wallet.
Yeah.
That's one coping mechanism that you're doing, right?
Right.
Okay.
But I'm saying like I was saying earlier, like I feel like I'm in like a mental cage,
Mm-hmm.
and like I can't even do anything. Like I can't do anything, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of sets my urge off. So, you know.
Okay.
Yes, I'm not using, but like I'm getting like stressed out, you know.
But our goal here, right, is to eventually not use at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yes.
So towards
okay.
our goal, you're making strides.
Yeah.
So you have your girlfriend, you have your family, your brother is an excellent resource, right? As far as getting that down to the 4, right? What can we do to get them utilize these resources more often? What can you do? Are they able to be around more often? Are you able to see them and spend more time with them?
I don't know. I have to talk to them about it. I mean, they all have, you know, jobs and lives and stuff. So.
Okay.
Is
there anything that you do on your own that occupies your mind?
Besides work, I mean, no, I just come home.
Okay. All right. Is there anything that you can do? Do you have any friends that don't use?
I haven't. I mean, you know, I have like friends from like high school, but I don't really like, you know, I haven't really kept many relationships. You know, I could think of a friend though. I have one friend, yeah. I mean, maybe I can try. Maybe I can like get a drink with him, you know, because that won't lead into like a binge, you know. Because he doesn't do it, so I mean, you know, it's not like, hey, like let's go do this after, you know.
Okay. So let's talk about your work friends, right? Because you, for the most part, you are going to be around your work friends, and that's one of the things that is causing this to go up to an 8 or even a 10 potentially, right? If you're given the situation, given the environment, what's going to be the first thing that you would notice if you started to find yourself slipping back and going back up to a 10 as far as a problem with addiction goes? What's one of the first signs that you would notice that you're going backwards?
It's like,
Before you grab that drug, what's one of the first things that actually happens?
like okay, like we'll be at the bar,
Mm-hmm.
and then like we have a little thing, like it's like a little joke between us, and that's kind of like our call for like when we are gonna go do what we do.
Okay.
We go, hey, let's go, you know.
Okay.
And every time like I hear that, like I'm like, oh man, like
Yeah.
let's go, you know, like
Mhm.
I'm ready, like it kicks me on, like it like let's go. I'm like nothing else has my attention anymore, you know.
Okay.
So, and they do that all the time at work, you know, because they make jokes about it, and like, so I hear it at work, and it's just like, oh god, like I just want to like make this call, like, or just like, like I'm desperate to, like, I'm telling you, like I want just like, there's no like space for me at work, like it's like I'm surrounded by it, and like my cube is like, it was like my only haven, and I used to share it, and thank God I don't anymore, but like, yeah, it's just, like being there is like, it's
Okay.
exhausting. It's exhausting
Okay.
being there, and not because of the work.
Right, because of the people, right?
Yeah.
So how about every time you hear that noise, think about that initial feeling that you have, like, this means that it's time for this.
Yeah.
Instead,
You're like a
let's
chill. You know?
let's think about your goal. You know, you want to have a better relationship with your partner. You want to not be a slave or be caged, how you explained it earlier, to this addiction. Whenever you hear that noise, we got to start thinking, this might take me backwards and further away from having a happy, you know, life like you envisioned earlier with your partner. This might cause this. So we definitely want to think about it a little bit differently now. When we hear that noise, it does trigger those feelings. What I want to do is, how can we